Have you ever found yourself in an argument, desperately trying to explain your worth, your boundaries, or your side of the story, only to realize the other person isn't even listening? They interrupt you, talk over you, and weaponize your own words against you, leaving you feeling utterly drained and completely disrespected. When someone pushes your buttons, your natural instinct is to scream, defend yourself, or write a wall of text to justify your position. But every time you do this, you are silently handing them your power. The Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius understood a profound psychological law of authority. True power doesn't scream, it stays completely silent. 1. The deliberate refusal to react. When someone insults you or tries to humiliate you in public, they are fishing for an emotional reaction. They want you to get angry, get defensive, or look hurt because that proves they have successfully altered your emotional state. Marcus Aurelius practiced a strict rule: turn your mind inward and view their insult as mere noise. When you look at an insult with completely blank, unbothered silence, the attack completely loses its velocity. By refusing to react, you force the insult to bounce off you and land right back on the person who threw it. 2. Killing the urge to over-explain. Weakness feels an urgent need to justify itself. When you set a boundary, like turning down an invite or refusing to do a favor, and then immediately list 5 different reasons why, you are subconsciously asking for permission. You are telling the other person, "Please validate my choice." A manipulator hears your explanations as negotiating points. Stop explaining yourself. State your boundary once, clearly, and let the silence follow it. Silence communicates that your decision is a heavy iron door, not a negotiation. Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. In a world full of loud, insecure people desperate for your reaction, your silence is the ultimate weapon of control. Today, we are going to decode the dark psychology of silence and how to use it to command instant respect. Stay tuned until the end, because the 4th tactic will show you exactly how to break a manipulator's confidence using nothing but a 3-second pause. 3. The information embargo. Toxic people feed on information about your life. They watch your moves, listen to your struggles, and study your insecurities just to find a crack in your armor. The most devastating thing you can do to someone who wants to sabotage you is to starve them of data. Become a black box. Talk less about your goals, say nothing about your personal life, and keep your next move completely hidden. When people don't know what you are doing, they have absolutely no idea how to attack you. 4. The 3-second gaze. Here is a practical psychological trap to stop an interrupter or a bully dead in their tracks. When someone says something incredibly disrespectful to you, do not snap back. Instead, stop talking completely. Look them dead in the eyes, count to 3 slowly in your head, and keep your face perfectly expressionless. Do not frown, do not smile. After 3 seconds of pure silence, simply ask a completely calm question like, "Are you finished?" or change the subject entirely. This long, silent pause breaks their momentum and forces them to sit in the awkward gravity of their own bad behavior. 5. Making them face their own echo. When you finally realize the power of silence, your entire perspective on conflict shifts from anger to pity. Understand this: people who constantly yell, insult, or try to dominate conversations are incredibly fragile. Their bad behavior is a desperate mask to cover up a profound fear of being insignificant. They need your emotional reaction to feel alive and powerful. When you deny them that reaction through absolute silence, you act as a psychological mirror. With nothing coming back from you, they are suddenly forced to listen to the ugly echo of their own toxic words. They aren't winning the argument, they're exposing their own unhealed insecurity to the entire room. You aren't hiding from them, you are simply letting them self-destruct. To master this Stoic armor, here are 5 rapid-fire rules to implement starting today. 1. Lower your speaking volume. The quieter you speak, the harder people have to listen to hear you. 2. Never argue with someone who has already made up their mind to misunderstand you. Give them silence instead. 3. If someone cuts you off mid-sentence, stop talking entirely. Do not try to fight for the microphone. Let them realize they just killed the conversation. 4. Treat your words like currency. The less you distribute them, the higher their value becomes. 5. Accept that walking away from a toxic argument isn't losing, it's choosing to keep your peace while leaving them with their chaos. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that you always have the power to have no opinion on a matter and to leave your soul untroubled. You do not need to win every petty argument, you do not need to correct every liar, and you certainly do not need to explain your worth to people who are determined to devalue you. Your energy is sacred, protected with a fortress of absolute silence. Let the world scream, let the insecure scramble for attention, but you stay unbothered, dangerous, and completely at peace. If this lesson gave you strength today, leave a comment with the word silence so I know who made it to the very end. Subscribe to the Philosopher's Lens to master human psychology, build your ancient armor, and see human nature for what it really is.